about to be.
I can hear it.
Welcome back to another episode of Waiting for Players. I'm Adam.
I'm Peter.
I'm McGoatley.
And I'm Adam. Also, I am McGoatley.
Wait, confusing. I guess I'll just be John, since you insist on copying me.
You guys are like consistently confused about your identities.
No, I never am. It's always this guy.
I don't know, man. I think you've called yourself John a couple of times before.
No.
Yeah, I think I've been Adam the entire time.
Yeah,
so.
I think I've been Peter the entire
Yeah.
time.
Now your buddy is just
Yeah, he's
way
like
faster
your
than you.
Slow.
Yeah.
He's like a
Alright.
frigate
So, what are we playing today?
We are playing Cloud Pirates.
where you are a pirate in the clouds.
In the clouds, and you get in spaceship.
Are you going to
sailboat
make the other
fights.
team surrender the booty?
I'm gonna take.
Yar, surrender
I'm gonna
the
take
booty.
that booty.
in the
Whether they
Hallelujah
surrender
Mountains
it or
of
not.
Pandora. There's Pandorans all around.
You mean like,
From Avatar.
yeah, Avatar peeps?
Remember those
Blue
mountains?
peeps?
The
that's
Hallelujah
wrong
Mountains,
button.
whatever?
Yeah, where they had
Shit.
no
Wow, you
guiding.
guys, how did you not notice that? You're like only looking in front of you.
No, I knew they were up there. And
But
just,
knew they were up there behind you, which is why you said, oh shit.
No, I teleported forward right into them.
Oh, okay.
See, here's all my team back
But if you
here.
knew they were there, then why'd you teleport into them?
I'm flying the wrong ship.
So do you
not
have-
the wrong ship. I'm flying a ship I did.
Shield or something? You have a shield, right?
Yes, I have a shield.
You know, this reminds me of Treasure Planet.
Yeah, with the solar winds sails. You're riding the solar
ended
winds.
up being a real thing, as we know.
yeah?
Can I just say that I love Treasure Planet as
That
a
is
movie?
an underrated Disney movie.
It is.
So, we
Yeah.
should point out, because we didn't, that there's no Josh tonight.
Oh,
Oh, there's
that's
not?
why
I didn't even notice.
Nobody
That's
cares
why I'm
about
over
that
here.
guy.
YouTube can finally see me now. Had a little issue with OBS, but everything's good now. So
Say hello, YouTube.
hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
So,
YouTube Areno.
spacing and pirating.
Hey, I just got
like
an email saying that Waiting for Players just went live. Thank you
Nice. That's because you're subscribed.
it. Which is what something everybody who's watching us right now should do.
for that. Bam.
Like and subscribe. Like all those
Gotcha.
other YouTubers say.
What?
I
Like
think, they
and
say, I think
subscribe.
there's a please somewhere.
If you like
in
my
there,
videos,
If
please
you
like and subscribe
there you go.
so we keep bringing you great content all the time.
That's the formula.
Oh, and like and subscribe.
Oh, and that thing I already said.
Yeah, repeat. All right.
On to news.
Are you sure there's news?
Some space
There's always
news.
news, baby.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
always
space
news.
news.
There's
Yeah.
always, hopefully, always space news.
Well, with Elon Musk still alive, I think we will be in that boat for a while.
Yeah, they're advancing the frontier for sure. I think we're going to be talking about the DARPA XS-1.
You mean a new spaceship?
A new
It is.
spaceship, reusable spaceship, unmanned, however, still pretty cool.
Right, but it's a way that we can launch satellites into orbit from America,
Merca.
versus having to rely on other countries.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's actually a really interesting ship. So it looks like I believe it takes off vertically.
Yep.
It kind of looks like I don't know, like a kind of a squat shuttle or something.
Like
It's
a
got
slimmed
little,
down
it's got
shuttle.
little wings,
It's reminiscent of the space shuttle in a lot
Right.
of ways, minus the fact that there are no windows where the cockpit should be.
Yeah.
Don't need them when you don't got people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it takes it up to low Earth orbit. It releases like a small payload that will go the rest of the way, and it basically turns around and flies back down and lands horizontally like a plane.
Yeah.
The idea is that then hopefully they could get to the point where someday they could just like within hours reset it to go again.
Oh, wow. So real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to sound stupid here, but I didn't realize we relied on other countries to launch our
Yeah,
satellites.
since they retired the space shuttle,
Yep.
we haven't had any means of getting stuff into the air. I mean, which is why SpaceX, I think, has been so interesting with their rockets.
Right.
Because then there was a private way for industries or companies to get their satellites into space.
Yeah, but there was no way for NASA to. There's still no way for anybody really to put people in orbit yet, I
No.
don't believe. I
But-
think the Dragon X capsule is the closest one to getting that.
I think that it was probably a good thing that Elon Musk was able to capitalize on getting investments for his project because of the space shuttle retirement.
Right.
Because he was able to get all those investments and essentially subsidize his launches and put meaningful assets up into low Earth orbit. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. So I don't know if this will make that business any less relevant. But it's awesome that NASA's
SpaceX, if it makes it.
Yeah.
I mean, competition in that field can only be good, right? So,
Yeah.
you know.
And
It's
actually,
something
my
you
father-in-law
want.
was saying much the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, and if SpaceX didn't exist, then there wouldn't be a lot of push for NASA
Right.
to follow suit.
So even if like their original idea with SpaceX doesn't end up being the one that is used, at least hopefully it motivated people into
Well,
that.
apparently
you know?
Lockheed Martin and NASA had worked on the same technology that Elon Musk is making now, and he, when those people retired, he just scooped them all up.
Gotcha.
And so this is really a continuation on technology that had existed before, but no one really cared about because that's not the way NASA quote quote does business or has in the past. So
Right.
but it's nice that Elon Musk is going like, that's brilliant, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask Adam a question real quick?
Yes.
Which Adam?
This one that's playing the game. So, why does it look like you don't hurt people very much?
Because he doesn't, because he's weak.
Because, I got a basic ship.
Okay.
There's also
It just seems like you hit people with a lot of rounds.
Well, there's
and their
also
health bar
quite
just-
a bit of delay.
Okay, so green text is healing. So you can shoot at your other ships and heal them?
Some classes can.
Okay, because I saw that earlier, and I'm like, thought this was much the same thing, because I guess they were a medic ship or equivalent, and I was looking at it, I'm like, he's not doing shit. Like, this guy's worthless. But the XS1, I honestly think is probably one of the coolest looking ships I've seen in a long time. I mean, kind of reminds me from the beginning of the opening sequence of the show Enterprise, though it was kind of a terrible Star Trek show.
If you're watching us on YouTube right now, I've got a picture of it up. It's kind of a small picture,
But in that sequence, they had a ship that looked like this, like an advanced
Yeah.
New Age space shuttle.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to rely on China.
Or Russia.
Well,
Or
yeah, we
Russia.
still rely on Russia to send people like up to ISS.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we definitely need something to replace the shuttle program.
I can't believe they just retired it and never made anything else.
Yeah,
There's
well,
like other people could do it. And we'll just be lame.
right. I mean, that's pretty
Like-
much the thing. It needed to be retired, right? Like it
Yeah.
was old and it was costing a lot per launch and stuff like that.
Yeah. But
Definitely should have found a replacement first. So.
yeah, should have built one. Or at least, even if they were going to retire it and say, hey, okay, we'll be down for 2 years.
It just seems odd that they just made the space shuttle and then didn't keep advancing the design. Regardless of making one, they should have just had a design at the ready.
And
Yeah.
now we're going to make an unmanned one that still can't take people to the space station? Bummer. Well, Elon Musk will take people.
I feel like they could mutate the design of this to have a manned version, or at least a remote version that carries people.
Right. Yeah, I would think so. They could use this idea for the same thing.
What would be cool is where that pod, is the image still up?
No, but I can put it up again.
If you're looking at the image he's got up, there's a pod at the top of the XS1, and that's what the payload that's dropped. It could be a satellite, probably most likely be a satellite. But what would
Right.
be really interesting is if there was some reusable pod that they could have from the International Space Station that had people on it and would just get into position in low Earth orbit. It comes up, shoots out the payload. It just grabs that. Goes
That would
back down.
work. So instead of this pod that they have on there now, that's where you would hold the people.
Exactly.
To. And that just needs to be a little shuttle that can maneuver into and dock with ISS.
And survive.
Yeah, that would be
the
awesome.
entry, yeah.
I mean,
it's
obviously it's more.
Stones.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more technical things to it than that, but that seems like an awesome idea to me.
It seems possible. Pull the trigger, NASA.
Yeah. The sooner we all get into space, the better, or at least have that option.
It's funny, as I was talking to my dad about going to Mars, and Elon Musk, and, I'm like, would you go? And he's like, and my dad has never really seemed like a spacey person to me, and he's just like,
Hell
Yeah, I'd go. He's like, how do you turn that down? And I was like, exactly. How do
Yeah.
you turn that down? Like, I would just be like, family, I love you, but fucking space. Like, I'm going to space.
I'm gonna be on Mars.
You're never
Bye.
going to see me again. But
Peace out.
deuces. Yeah, I would, in a heartbeat, man. I would have a lot of anxiety right before liftoff.
Well, of course you would. You're going to Mars.
And you're leaving everybody you know and love behind, you know, and that would really sink in right at the end. Like, you would really... Wow, Adam, you were looking rough.
At least
Yeah,
you'd be able to communicate with
but I'm
them, but from
still
the distance
alive.
Mars is from the planet, you would never be able to have a conversation with them.
No, it'd all be like
Not a
letters.
real time one. Yeah, it'd just
No.
be like email basically.
The
Or
hell
you-
were those things you shot that exploded?
Or you'd be like, you'd have to say something and wait 7-8 minutes to 10 or whatever it is, you know.
They've got to get that superposition universal bit thing figured out so
Yeah.
that you can
Yes,
send data
exactly.
instantaneously from one place to another.
Quantum communication.
Yeah. That would be the best. I mean, if they could do that, even their missions have to... like right now, I mean, if they ever want to do any like unplanned maneuvers or corrections, they have all that delay. They just have to do it and then hope that it works. There's
Right.
no way to take back what you've done. And if you had that instantaneous communication, then they could do a lot more. I feel like with everything they put in space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's possible, but that's a crazy idea. It also probably breaks some special relativity, but there's some time travel involved with that.
Nah.
You know,
Nah.
Pretend
some
that it
paradoxes.
You helped kill somebody. You didn't kill them yourself, but you helped. Oh, wreck him. Ah, dude, you destroyed that guy, though. Fuck that guy.
I've destroyed quite a few people.
Is this like a shotgun boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty
Who
cool.
also throws up turrets. He's really good on point control maps.
Is that a turret? That's a turret right there?
Yeah.
Is that yours?
Yeah, I just tossed that out, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I still think the UI on this game needs some...
What are those?
It does. These things?
Oh, no. When
repair
you
packs?
shoot those front guns, the little purple ones,
Oh, yeah.
they were making like really big explosions before. Is that because whatever they hit exploded?
I'm imagining so.
I
Okay.
really like the engines. It makes... And how they fire when you move. It makes it seem like they're actually relevant and real. But I bet they are, like, actually doing the physics that way, if I had to guess.
Like giving the engines propulsion and thrust, yeah.
From that point. It seems like it, anyway, or else they're doing a really good job of faking it. Well, I think we can move on to the next
All right.
story.
Yeah, I think so.
Ajit
We could
Paul?
always just talk about space. So
Yeah.
Fuck that Jeep Paul guy.
Is that his name?
I think it's P-A-I, which I don't know. Paya? Pi?
yeah.
Pay?
Where did he go? Ajit Pai.
The
Yeah.
commissioner, chairman,
Pay.
or the chairman of the FCC.
Douchebag of the FCC.
Well, we don't know how douchebag he is, because based on this information, it doesn't seem like they actually know.
Well, they've talked about him quite a few times on NPR in the morning. And
God, you're
he's
getting old.
I
never
listen to NPR all day.
never been one to they said for net neutrality from the get-go. When he worked for Verizon, he is same thing, like
Of course.
yeah.
Working for the man like that.
Yeah. So that's what he did before this, and basically he just doesn't have a good track record for people who want net neutrality. He's not the guy you wanted to go into that position because he's all about the corporations.
Mess with those.
And we're referring to the
doesn't care about
2.6
us.
million comments that were put on the FCC website related to the new proposed net neutrality.
And
what are we calling it right
yeah,
now?
repeal.
Repeal,
like,
yes, that's a good word.
So like Ajit Pai and them and the FCC like released everything they were
Pai.
gonna do, so that people could, make comments and stuff, and they could calculate and factor in feedback. And there was like 2.6 million negative comments, and they didn't give a shit.
And the reason that this seems to be the case is because since the first draft of the proposal, there have been millions more comments. And the second draft recently came out, but very little has
Kill the
changed
healer,
from
Adam,
the
below
first
you.
draft. So it seems as though they're ignoring cries for people to maintain this law. But it seems like there's evidence that there's tens of thousands of these comments that are fake, which doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah.
You're gonna yourself a zombie network to comment endlessly. There's gonna be a lot in there. But that doesn't invalidate all of the information in these comments.
That's still a ton of comments then, yeah.
So we can hope that this guy will see reason and his views aren't shared by the rest of the people at the FCC, but and the proposal will get rejected regardless of his personal political views.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is alarming to hear that someone at the FCC in that level of authority doesn't have a neutral position.
Yeah. He just has a track record that shows, like they were saying beforehand, that as soon as he got the spot, NPR was saying that it could be a bad sign for net neutrality. And then, sure enough, here we go.
So we still don't really know anything yet, though, right?
No, this is speculation.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is speculation.
So.
And the speculation only is coming from the first and second draft.
Right. Okay.
We're in the second draft, and this is the draft that we believe will be voted on. But it seems as though nothing that was said in these comments seems to be weighing in on this first draft.
Gotcha.
So we need to. I have reservations, but you don't know. You really don't
definitively.
know. We've got 2 trailers here.
I'm just a negative
that I
Nancy.
wish that we could show, but we don't have a system for that.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, I could kind of show them, but I don't know. I don't know what we can get away with because they're brand new and stuff.
What I'm referring to the Gwent cinematic trailer that was really recently released. Gwent has been in open or closed beta for some time now.
It was in closed beta, now it's in open beta,
Yeah, that's what I
so
thought.
anybody can go sign up for it.
I was in the closed beta. It's looking really good. For those that aren't familiar with Gwent, Gwent is a card game that was invented for The Witcher 3, just kind of as a side project. They did it over the course of a weekend. It ended up being so successful and popular in the game that they made it into its own game. And here we are with this awesome cinematic trailer, which features Geralt of Rivia and who's the second character?
It's not Triss.
I don't think
it starts with a C, right?
Yeah.
I didn't play that
I
game.
haven't played the game, so
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't help.
And I don't know her name, and I'm sorry.
Teleportation powers.
Yeah, it's the girl you're chasing in The Witcher 3.
Sirius or something like that.
Siri. It's Siri.
Siri.
Okay.
Yes, it is Siri.
Well, Siri. Fucking hot as balls in here.
Yeah.
It's a really cool cinematic trailer. I highly recommend that you go look at it. And if you haven't looked at Gwent, the card game, already, I would go look at that. You can expect that to be out pretty soon. Usually cinematic trailers are a pretty good indicator of release dates.
Yeah, well, because it is an open beta now, so you can just go to their website. It's playgwent.com and just download it straight from there. It's available on Xbox One and PS4 and PC, everything.
Good move for them. And cross-platform play, if I believe.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't.
There's no action going on. Should
So-
be cross-platform.
So I was going to say,
exactly.
Gwent would be different, but like cross-platform and like Rocket Leagues I hated, and I turned off. But in a thing where it's like a card game.
What's your reasoning behind that? I just want to...
They suck. So like PlayStation players are just terrible.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Okay,
see
so
that.
there is crossplay, and here's how it works. So you can crossplay between the Xbox One and the PC, and you can crossplay between the PS4 and the PC, but you can't crossplay between the two consoles.
God, Microsoft and
Yeah.
Sony could just not get their
Right.
shit together. They're like, we'll work with this one of your platforms, Microsoft, but not the other one.
Yeah.
Because it's not a console, technically, so...
The other reason is because you can't type messages to them.
That's true. Yeah, that's it.
So I can't say anything other than the quick commands in Rocket Leagues to them. I can't
So
type
talking
anything.
shit is an art. That's what you're saying.
You just say no problem a lot and calculated, and you'll piss anybody off in that game. No problem, calculated. No problem, calculated.
Use your teleport.
It is a pretty fun game, though, if you're into card
That was
games.
a bad idea.
I enjoyed Gwent when we
Pretty
played it
much,
on here.
yeah.
Like when we just played it off The Witcher 3, like I had a hell of a lot of fun playing Gwent.
It's a unique card
It's
game.
a tricky
'cause
one.
A lot of card
Yeah.
games are derivative of Magic, and this really isn't.
I misunderstood
enjoy
what
that.
people were telling me to do, and I lost a game because I played the wrong card. Or I did the wrong thing out of order. I can't remember. But whatever it was, I screwed it up, and everybody's like, well, you lost. Like, you had it in the bag, and you lost because you did that. And I'm just like, oh.
Well, you didn't know
whoops.
quite how it works, so it's really not your fault.
I know, but
But we've
still.
played a lot of digital card games on here, and so far Gwent has been the most unique digital card game we've played so far.
Yes, as far as, like, how it works. Because most other things are going to just be reminiscent of Magic.
yeah.
Right.
You know, they're just a
Right.
different version of Magic is what they all feel
Is he
like,
shooting
you know.
missiles at you?
I can't see where
Okay,
Adam's
Adam.
health bar is.
Ignore me.
Over here above my shield generator.
This is like the longest pause. Get in there. Get in there. Fuck him up.
Did you guys watch the Far Cry 5 trailer?
Yes, I did. Looks awesome. A Far Cry that has a really interesting storyline
Yeah.
like that. I mean, tying religion in it the way that the cinematic implies makes the game far more interesting
Yeah.
than me.
I think it seems pretty interesting. I've never really played like all the way through a Far Cry game. I played a little bit of 4.
I played all the way
Um,
through 3 and a lot of the co-op. I haven't played much of 4.
Right.
But, not that I don't know. It was nothing about it initially really grabbed me. It just seemed very similar to Far Cry 3.
Gotcha.
Like as far as the environment was concerned.
Yeah.
But this is vastly different as far as the environments. If we were to look at the 3, just it being set in Montana like that, we can expect a different set of
Right.
tools that you're going to use to traverse the map.
And I was gonna say, like, we talked a lot about Far Cry Primal before it came out.
Yes.
I just still never played it, so I don't know.
I have not played it. I was excited about it, but it didn't get the best reviews either.
It
so.
didn't, no. So that's why I'm kind of I don't know for sure. I feel like I'm more excited about Far Cry 5 than I was Primal.
Was Ubisoft
But
was it also the Montreal branch of Ubisoft that made Primal as well?
I don't know
Because
that
this
for
is
sure.
also the
That's-
Montreal. So that I mean I don't know how much of the team is overlapping with this team,
Yeah.
but it might be a good indicator of how
Wait,
good this game is.
Montreal Ubisoft?
Yeah, they have different branches.
Like
and
the one that Maxime works at?
So
Yeah.
according to Google, it says Far Cry Primal was developed by Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft Shanghai, Ubisoft Toronto, and Ubisoft Kyiv.
So almost everybody.
Yeah.
Got it.
Crazy.
But I don't know. I think the storyline seems really interesting in this one. So out of anyone, I think I'm more likely to pick up this one than any of the other Far Cries. So
And I feel like the kind of almost Western-like appeal that
Yeah.
the game has probably speaks to your Red Dead Redemption
yeah,
fandom.
I could definitely get kind of that feel with it,
Yeah.
but more of like a, I don't know, like a horror-ish kind of. So it takes place in Montana, and
Everything
surrounds
scary
like this-
happens in Montana.
It surrounds like this crazy cult leader kind of guy.
That's
so.
like forcibly
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Montana.
enslaving the people
Yeah,
of Montana.
it says something like that in the trailer, like
Yeah.
we'll force you to.
Yeah. We're gonna take you even if you don't want to take. I'm gonna be your father. And I highly recommend looking at the trailer. It's gonna give you a good feel. But I feel like the setting is better than this kind of war-torn terrorist-like country and brings it more to home for at least American players.
Yeah.
And then anybody that's outside, of America will probably appreciate it for its different setting. It'd be interesting. Usually you're playing games like, usually playing the games in other war-torn countries and not the United States. And it's cool to
Right.
have something
Yeah.
here at home. I'm trying to think of obviously Westerns, that's a good, there's historical precedent for the game being set there because, Civil War
Yeah.
and the Revolutionary War, but I haven't
What
played
about-
too many games that are Revolutionary War and Civil War.
What was that movie
Assassin's Creed
that
had
they
one.
remade?
That's true.
Red Dawn?
Yeah, Red
What
Dawn.
if Red Dawn was a game? That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. If it was, I think that it should still be Russia, not
Yeah,
North
not-
Korea,
not-
but whatever.
Because let's talk
That
about
was
what we're
the-
not actually afraid of.
Yeah.
Russia would be
and-
way more terrifying.
Until they get a working ICBM, North Korea is a non-issue.
Yeah, once they do, though.
Yep, that'll tip the scales. There's a whole Vox video on North Korea's ICBM program and why they're doing it. I would highly recommend people looking at that.
You have to send me a link, and I will look at that.
Yeah, off the videos, Nintendo wrapping up Switch production. Hooray!
Like
I guess it's hard to find them. I don't know. I looked up on
They do that
Amazon
shit
and
on purpose, man. I'm
oh
telling
yeah,
you.
oh for sure they do. Yeah.
And since them saying that is kind of like, I think we've made enough money at this point from the supply and demand thing we got going on. We'll go ahead and increase supply.
Yeah. Earlier today, I looked up on Amazon. And I think there was a couple different. There was like 3 different SKUs, and 2 of them were out of stock, and 1 of them was in stock. So I don't know. I
fast
guess
on those things.
yeah. It sounds like some people have been having issues finding them, but I'm sure it's all.
Stop shooting your allies, bro.
I believe
No.
they're saying they're having trouble with like the LCD screens.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not surprised based on the issues that we discussed
I did.
in previous
I,
episodes.
I did enjoy
Dead
the.
pixels and
I enjoyed the first comment on the Reddit post for this. It was like, "Oh, is this the version that doesn't bend and scratch screens?"
man, that was bad on Nintendo's part.
It was bad on their part, but I've got to give them props. If there is a version already out that addresses these issues, that's kind of surprising because getting tooling and manufacturing going, making
Yeah.
an entirely new version of it. I mean, even if there are a lot of similarities, even the smallest thing can delay production. So
Yeah.
it'd be impressive.
You
if
ain't
that
got
were
to
the
tell
case.
me I buy stuff all the time, man. One item and a whole job just stops. You're just like, cool, well, we were going to do that, but apparently it takes 16 weeks to get this bolt, so...
Yeah, never thought you have a very unique perspective on that.
No bolts, no job, moving on. But it's pretty ridiculous. Some of the lead times on aerospace grade stuff.
Garrett wants to know, where's Adam's health bar?
Fuck if I
Right
know.
above, bottom left corner, right above my shield.
It
meter.
never goes down, apparently, because
That's
his
because I got
shield...
beast shields.
You didn't hear me say this before, Garrett, but this game needs UI help. It's UIs.
My health
Or-
right now is 3,850.
Yeah, no, I see it, but...
Hey, it's in open beta. Give it some credit.
Okay.
UI has got to be the easiest of all of the things that a game needs.
All right. I do like the shield idea UI where you have like sections that can go down, so you'll have to rotate your ship.
That would be really cool.
To see how it's in thirds, you'll have to rotate a ship to block with a shield that's not down. Because
hard to
like
kinda
sides
tell, are
get
those-
gunned down.
Are those fanned out like this? Or is it actually
It's like an
below
orb
you?
around him.
Doesn't look like
Garrett
that.
says, I see. It's an eyesore.
It is a little eyesore.
So I think that's all we had for news, right? So I guess we can just go ahead and
Adam,
hop
is
into the game.
is that little compass down there also your shields? 100, 100, 100 like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
Thirds?
my shield. Yes.
Okay.
And it also gives me the direction of which way the front of my ship is pointing.
Yeah. I don't know if that is helping me, though.
No, that isn't. But yeah, that little thing down there is
I guess it
that's
sort
But
of
you can
makes
see now
sense.
the one side is now at like what 92.
93. Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
it's hard to read from here because it's
weird.
a shitty UI. No,
I guess it would be better if the thing that was showing you what direction you were pointing was not over there on the left, because you have a two-dimensional thing in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It's telling which way you're pointing, and it changes when you rotate your camera. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you flip around and then it's kind of pointing the different direction, and then you have to translate this 2D vector into a 3D vector,
Yeah.
and it's a little weird. Well, hey, fix that. Yeah, fix that. What's that bar there? What's that?
With those two little white bars?
Yeah, what those two white bars?
So that lets me know which cannons I'm using. So in between the two of them, I'm using my front cannons. Could rotate past it. Now my cursor's over here. I'm using my cannons on the right side of my ship. Bring it back over into the center. And that's why, like, you still see 3 different bars around my crosshairs. Mm-hmm. Those tell me the cooldowns and the usage of my 3 different cannons.
So are there more cannons in certain sections? Like you have fewer aft cannons than you do.
Yeah,
forward?
and usually, depending
Sorry.
on the ship, they will actually be different styles of cannons. So they might be like a flat cannon on your sides, and then like these one is just like 2 direct shots.
So are the shields regenerating over time?
Yes, after
Okay.
so long of not taking damage, my ship will repair itself.
So the idea is to shoot in a specific direction until the shields are depleted, and then rotate to prevent you from taking damage.
At the same time rotating your ship to get the maximum amount of damage out while juggling your own cooldowns.
It'd be cool. Is there no forward engines, like, so you can stop really quickly and then burst backwards?
Oh, I mean, you can, but I mean, this is me doing that right now. So it's not exactly the fastest thing to do.
It's just always interesting to watch,
Busted up.
ships coming into port, and they essentially coast in at the last second. They burst their engines to lose all of their velocity. And it'd be cool to if someone shot like some crazy weapon at you that will for sure blow you up, then you could stop and avoid it. Like the amount of shots that you need to fire to destroy a ship seems like a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're definitely not easy to kill. But then again, neither are you. Like, you can take a beating. I'm probably going to die here.
I just I guess narratively and gameplay wise, I think it would be cool if there was a lot more avoidance than there seems to be.
Yeah.
It seems like you're just managing all these metrics, like your angle, what shields, what angle you are using depends on the guns and the shields for that angle.
I mean, yeah, no, you're not wrong. It is definitely more of that than like strategic and placement. And placement has something to do with it, but it's not as big of a factor as it easily could be.
What was that game that you showed us, John? That was naval with that was
Black Wake.
Black Wake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That game.
That game is really hard. That game I want to play with friends because without.
You have to, because you got to have people
Without
pumping
friends.
and
And
draining
like-
and fixing and yeah.
Because even if
And
you
you
play
wanna be a
sometimes
captain.
you get good teams. You
wants
know,
to be a
sometimes
captain.
you get good teams. You get a good captain. You get people that are really trying, and then other games. You got people that are like, take me close so I can board them, Captain. They're like, no,
we
prep
should
the
have played that
cannons."
game on our stream day.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I would have bought it. How much does it cost?
$30. Black Wake's worth $30. In my opinion, it's pretty
If you got
fun,
enough
but I
people
would just,
playing.
yeah, I just don't. Well, there's smaller ships too. Like we could easily man a whole ship, like 5 or 6 people, 7 people.
Yeah.
There are ships that only take
Buck 'em up.
7, so we could get 7.
This is a straight up one-on-one fight. Oh, you're getting
But it is-
healed by that, bro.
it
Maybe,
is really-
maybe next
yeah,
time we
yeah.
do a streaming day, we should play that game.
Yeah, it's just even if you had a few people on there, but like
You gotta rotate. You don't have
captaining
shields
in
on
that
the side.
game is hard
I also have
because there's a
cooldown,
lot of
mechanic
commands you need to
cooldowns.
be putting out that are on the screen as well as vocally. You need to be like spitting your commands.
Where's the cannon cooldown? How do I understand that?
So you see these 3. Here, I'll look straight
Little
down.
red meters.
Yeah. So one is the front, and then we have your left and your right.
So
And then the little
once they
numbers.
reach maximum, you cannot fire anymore.
Correct.
And then you have to wait the number of seconds for it to go down.
Yes.
So the one on the left, 16 seconds until you have full
15.
use of them again.
Yep. Correct.
But you could shoot now, but not as much. Right? You
no,
can only
it's
shoot.
on. It's on a whole cooldown.
Oh, okay,
So,
so
it doesn't
does-
have a partial cooldown.
Does the color? Well, the one on top is sort of orange.
Yeah, because you haven't used it. Doesn't take. Same with that one. Once you completely cool or heat the thing up, then it has to cool all the way down before you
I
can
feel
use
like
it
it
again.
should start green.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that would be a lot better of a visual
Red.
representation.
I'm
As
sorry.
opposed to like
I
red
can't
and flashing
not point
orange.
flaws out in games anymore. I just can't. Yeah, it's really interesting. I think that if they
It
could,
looks
Did
fun.
you guys ever play that game? I have a version of it, and actually, you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that the game I'm about to mention was actually made by the same guys that made Black
Black
Wake. It's like a Zeppelin fighting game.
Oh yeah.
Where you're
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I thought that's
Um,
what this was when Adam mentioned it. When he said
Shoot,
Cloud
what's it
Pirates.
called? I think I have that game.
I own that game. That would be a good one to play too. It's similar to Black Wake, except you're on fucking Zeppelin. So
Yeah, and you have to control and man the different guns and repair
and they
them.
have like smaller ships for boarding and stuff like
Crap,
that.
I can't remember the name of that game.
I
I'm
gotta
pretty
pull up
sure
my
I have
Steam
that
app.
game in my Steam library. So
Pull up that Steam. We should cover that game at some point. Because that game is, I mean, not very popular, very interesting though. Why can I not find my Steam app? Okay, I'll just use the search bar because that works most of the time.
So it was Mast Fire Studios, and they have only made Black Wake.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna see who made this game. As soon as
But their average user score is
Air
92%.
Buccaneers.
Oh, it's $20 for Black Wake.
cool, that makes it even better.
Yeah. Pretty game. Really fun. My computer could not play it until it was upgraded, though.
Yeah, Air Buccaneers.
Air Buccaneers.
Let's see.
How much does that game cost?
No, I do not want to review it. Stop.
Review it, Peter. And while you
Damn it.
review it on there, Adam can review this game for us.
Yes, yeah. So this game is really similar to Fractured Space, if you guys remember me playing that. The ships handle pretty much the same, except obviously these are little air pirate ships as opposed to massive space freighters. Controls are pretty much the same. You have multiple weapons. Each ship has its own equipment tree, if you will, to where you can upgrade certain parts of the ship. And then you can also, as you research one ship... Oh, here, well, since we're getting into it, I have yet to die, by the way. The whole show, haven't died yet.
Wow.
I'd like
Boss.
to point that
Nice.
out. So these are all the ships, and you start with 5, and then when
Are
you
you
hit
playing
level
against
2...
bots?
No, not at all. I'm just fucking
No
poning.
credit from John.
No, I was just asking
Underwater.
before I gave credit, you know?
So you can hop in, and then the ship has devices. So every ship has its own skill or its own equipment tree. And then after you research so much of the previous ship, you can then unlock the next ship in that tree.
So these are like kind of classes.
Exactly. There are different snipers, supports, artillery, tank.
What was the last one you were on?
Last one I was on was kind of a brawler, a melee.
Well, I mean, just
kind
in the
of
name.
A melee?
The Rock.
Rock, yeah.
I smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's cooking flat
not
cannons.
melee, but yeah, pretty much very close range flat cannons in your face, just busting on people. Look at all that bay of
Do
cannons
all
right there.
all ships have teleportation?
No,
Or is
only
that-
the ones that I were playing. In fact, actually, if I played, is it the hammer? No, yes, the hammer actually throws. This is one that was throwing out a turret, and then that's this ship's ability. As you get
Was
farther
that the
up,
shotgun ship?
this was one of them. Yeah, most of the ships that I was playing tonight on the show are close range ships. I
But
do
there
have a
are
s-
some snipery long range.
This
ships.
is a sniper ship right here.
God, it's so fat for a sniper ship. You'd think it'd be smaller.
Yeah, this is a heavy sniper galleon. And
Galleon.
so... you
Does
could-
it say very difficult to play?
It says, what does it say to play for the Vigilant? Medium difficulty.
Oh, okay.
So you have devices for every ship. You have different ships, and these are all the ships in the game. So the tree of ships is actually pretty long. I can't scroll down for some reason. That's fucking weak.
Because you're too new to the game.
Because you haven't
fucking
unlocked your way
nerd.
down and you don't get to see.
Apparently not. But yeah, I mean, like, and now when you get into the bigger ships, their trees are much, much larger for their devices than the small
God.
ones.
So what's the
Say hello to the long grind.
what's the microtransaction aspect that we all know is a part of this game?
Absolutely.
Hashtag free game.
The microtransaction kind of works like LOL, to where you can buy things that make your ship
Cosmetic.
look different. Yeah, cosmetic.
You can buy boosts.
You can buy boosts. You can also buy higher level ships, but if you buy a higher level ship, you're playing with higher level ships.
What are the currency names? It looks like you have three of them.
Yes, we have
there.
gold up here, which will help you hire crew, which you can't do till level 6, so you just kind of sit on your gold until level 6. But
So
then
that's the free currency.
that's one of the free currencies. This is your purchase currency, your rubies. And then free experience is actually, so when you play a ship, the ship itself builds, actually that's a bad example because I haven't played with that one. It builds, you build a experience pool with that ship, and you use that experience to unlock things in its tree. You can also dip into your free experience as
To help
well
pay.
as a reserve resource for researching different things
How
for
do you
your
earn
ship.
free experience?
It's a currency you earn in game. So
Okay.
it's a reward from game. That and
So
gold are the two things that
If you
earn.
play a game with the Rock ship, for example, you'll get free experience and ship experience.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, and then the free experience can be used across any ship, obviously, and then the rocks
So
experience.
if you were
specific to the
primarying
rock.
a ship, you could be spending all of that ship's experience and your free experience.
Oh,
to speed
absolutely.
it up.
Or you
Or
could
if
just,
you are already, if you were like kind of getting to the peak of the ship, you could maybe start working on the next
another
one.
ship,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and then still be accumulating something for that ship that you're pretty much leveled out at. You're still kind of accumulating stuff for it.
I wonder if you max out a ship, do you still get ship experience?
That I don't know. I haven't gotten to that level
It
yet.
would seem,
Maybe they
It would
just.
seem redundant for sure.
It would, but maybe they just didn't put that algorithm in there to
or
stop
maybe
it.
they might add more stuff later, so maybe you would.
What are the devices up there?
So the
What are
devices up here, yeah, these are actually this basically the skill tree or the equipment tree for your ship. So I can use that ship experience to research a cannon boost or to research a defensive barrier for added shields. And that's how you can customize your ships a little bit. Obviously, are you all right back
I'm
there?
helping you out. I'm
Oh.
helping you out right now. Unless you don't want it.
I mean, I can't feel that at all.
Okay. Can you feel it? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like being fanned.
You're just wigging me out back there.
I'm his, I'm
Hi,
his slave.
Adam.
What are you talking about?
So yeah, these basic ships don't have a huge skill tree. You get into some of the larger ones. You scroll all the way down here to this guy. His skill tree is huge to all of the things that you can unlock for him.
Yeah, but that's the overlord. Jesus.
Well, yeah, okay.
That's the last one. That's the last one in the.
All right, let's pick one here in the middle.
It's not even.
Tier 3.
Wait, was that the last one?
Let's see. Tier 3 still's got a huge. Let's
Wait,
find out.
go back to that. Where's the overlord in there?
Yeah, it is the very bottom ship.
Hey, you can scroll now.
I can scroll, yes.
Hey, wow,
Not a
that
huge-
bar looks like it's got a ton, and it's like you're missing like 5 more ships.
One. You can see the second to last tier right there at the bottom. And then just the Overlord.
Most people use like a wider scroll thing so you know there's not a lot, you know? This one's like, look, it goes on forever. No.
And then there is a tavern where you have to get to level 6 and you can start hiring crewmates, and that's another thing you can use your gold for. And crew members will bring stats to your ship. And you can then customize the crew for each individual ship that you have at the time. And then one thing that I do like is if you come here to battle, they have normal battle, but then at certain parts during the week, they have certain game modes that become unlocked. So you like Mondays and Fridays, payload starts every 12 minutes, it looks like. Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, outpost siege, which is hold the point. So different game modes are only... I mean, it's kind of lame that you can't play all of them at the same time, but I also kind of like the rotating variety.
I feel like it also probably helps with their player base.
And probably also helps with their servers.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Like
true.
their
that's a very
limitations,
good
trying
point.
to host so many different things. It's probably easier for them, especially in a beta version, like while they're still
They
trying
might not
to...
have enough players to populate all those games either.
At the same
Yeah.
time, so
So
only
there's
running
probably
on-
twofold.
Yeah.
These are two good points.
But the game is super fun. There are daily missions, so you can earn additional bonuses, like reach captain level 3. I get a whole shitload of stuff, you know?
So I had a good answer, but not a great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
there.
mean, if you like these large ship combat games like Fractured Space, Dreadnought...
It looks
What's
very fun.
Fractured Space again? I feel like I missed that.
It was the big space one with the points.
Well, you're-
And same thing, you fly around through the...
Yeah, okay.
bigger out in
Asteroids and
space.
shit.
It was very futuristic. And
You
that
kinda
game is super, super fun, and I keep trying to go back to that game, but its player base is super small.
Yeah.
So it takes like 3 minutes to find a game. And so I'm like...
Robocraft is getting
What was
that
the
way
game? What was the game you were
sometimes.
thinking of earlier? With
Air
the
Buccaneers.
Air Buccaneers. I was thinking of a completely different one. It just goes to show you how many.
Zeppelin games
How
are,
many?
apparently.
These aren't zeppelins. These are airships. It's Guns of Icarus.
Oh, yeah, that's
you're
the one
racing
I...
around the map super
That's
fast.
the one I was familiar with.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, but you're in like these big, like almost steampunk looking kind of
Yeah,
airships.
that was the one. I almost bought that game.
And I have. It's $5.
The one I'm referring
I
to
think
is
I got it
more
for
like,
free though.
you know, Zeppelins from Warcraft. They look a little more rustic and...
Gotcha.
Yeah, but...
There
very
just
cool.
there seems like there's so many of those, but it looks like on this on the Guns of Icarus one that I was talking about, a lot of people are complaining in the comments there's just no player base anymore.
Yeah.
So
It's hot in here, man. I'm roasting.
yeah,
it.
we didn't kick on the air conditioner before we started the show, and I don't want to do it now.
Now we're,
so
we're roughing it out.
yeah.
We got this. 15 more minutes, guys.
A sauna power.
Well,
Do we have a
Lose some
gadget?
weight.
we do have a gadget, so let me see if I can pull this up here so
Hey, you
everybody can
guys,
see it.
it's hot as fuck in here.
I did put the link in the OneNote too if you want.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
When I was looking, I didn't see it.
It wasn't there
You
earlier.
put it up there
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
I gotta get this thing.
So the gadget tonight is the Felik. It's the intelligent pet companion. If you're watching on YouTube, you kind of see the
play this video. I'm
Kickstarter.
gonna immediately mute. You're gonna hear it for a second.
They're doing pretty good though. They've still got 23 days to go, and they're 25, almost 26,000 out of a 30,000 goal, basically. I'll scroll down on the page here so everybody can see the little GIF of the cat leg getting tracked. Basically, it's this little wall-mounted device wall-mounted, or it can sit on a table or something. You set it up and it just plays with your cat all day with a laser pointer.
It's got the best job.
It actually tracks like the cat's position. It tracks where you are in the room too, so that way like they make a big point in the Kickstarter to talk about
Like it
how
won't shoot you in the eyes.
right, it won't shine even if because you can kind of direct where you want the laser to go. It's mostly just set it and let it do what it does, but you can kind of direct it. But they say that even if you like are purposely trying to make the laser point at the cat or another
won't.
person,
I feel like
it
it'd
won't
make
let
your
it,
cat
you know.
crazy. You know, like it would just be looking for the dot all the time.
You can set up times and stuff, so like it works during certain times of the day and stuff like
Maybe
that.
make it run for like an hour a day and no more.
Are you sick and tired of your cat being so loud all the time?
Make it go
Kitten
crazy. Are you sniping?
Kitten
Yeah.
mittens.
I love all
Yeah,
this.
There's this
it's
little
pretty fun, actually. I did it.
there's this
Does it
little
hit hard?
picture on the Kickstarter. It's up on the YouTube right now, but it's got like cats and animals that are playing with this thing versus animals that are playing with others, and the one cat's like, yes, please, and the other one for boring pre-programmed or random movement toys, he's just like, meh.
Cats.
But I just thought it was a pretty funny little gadget. Let's see. You can still pick it up for $104 right now on the early bird special.
They stole a picture of my cat and put it on their campaign. Like, no joke. The top right
which one
cat
is
on
it?
others.
The mad one that I was talking about? Yeah.
That looks exactly like my cat, Taco.
The meh cat?
Yeah, actually, the third one, too. Look at that cat. That looks exactly like Taco.
The one upside down one?
No, the third one down on the same
Further.
same
Oh,
column.
gotcha.
It's
gotcha,
like, how did the red dot catch me?
Yeah. I don't know. Cats are funny. I thought it was kind of an interesting thing, especially if you're,
Companion app.
if you have a couple cats and you're at work all day or something like that. It's probably better for them to get some kind of exercise and entertainment versus
I got it.
just.
How much does this thing cost?
So right now you can get $104 is the early bird, like the early bird special.
Why did they use your cat for all the negative stuff?
I don't know.
And
Taco is kind of a bitch, though.
It looks like retail value is going to be like $179 is what they're expecting.
I think I get on it where it's $80 cheaper practically.
Yeah, I agree. I think $100 doesn't seem too bad. $180 gets a little steep. I'd look for it on a sale then maybe, but otherwise I think it's pretty cool, and it's local. The Kickstarter was started here in
How
Seattle.
much are these knockoff ones?
Well, the knockoff ones aren't
Programmable?
Yeah, they're pre-programmed and they're not based on the cat's movement.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works. They got to find an algorithm because there definitely is an optimal like emotion to get cats enticed into something.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Taco, like, he likes to attack your feet underneath blankets and stuff, and you have to do it exactly the right way, or else he's just like, stop poking me with your feet, dude. Like.
And there is an app to to make certain adjustments on it and stuff, but I believe it for the most part you can use it without the companion app and.
That's awesome.
Just kind of plug it in. See if I can get let me see here. If I can find a picture of just it. Yeah.
I am mesmerized.
So it'll either wall mount or just sit on a little stand or sit on a
Yeah.
table,
Can you ceiling mount it?
I don't know if the angles would work right. I guess you could.
It'd be dope. Get two of them. Really get the cat just like...
Just drive your cat crazy all day while
Which
you're
one to
gone.
go for?
I wonder if it has like a function to record the video. I didn't see that. Because that would be funny too.
I'm sending this to my girlfriend right
This
now.
is like...
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
is-
gonna love it.
This is like nap weather. Got
This
so
is-
warm in here. This is like warm afternoon
Oh,
car
I
nap
died
temperature.
for
It's
the
like being
first
in a classroom
time.
and the temperature is just right.
It looks like they expect it to ship about November.
Which
so.
isn't that far away.
Nope, it's May.
Yeah.
June,
Not too
July,
bad.
October, November. Boom,
So-
4
4
months.
months.
So
FOMO.
if you want your
FOMO.
cats to play
Bow.
while you're at work, there you go, the Felik.
The Felik. I don't know about the name, but
Yeah.
but it's a
Makes me wanna
really
lick
cool idea.
cats.
Did you die?
Yeah, for the very first time tonight.
Dude,
Ah.
the fuck.
Oh, you have no health. Wow, 1,300. Yeah. Your other
Tiny,
ships were in like the
tiny ship.
3,000s.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know you were gonna lose?
No, I knew I was gonna win.
Oh, is that
See
what
that word right there, Peter? It says I won. It says
Victor
victory.
lose?
How do I see where you ranked against your teammates?
Yeah,
I will show
nerd.
you right here. Team statistics. Third place there.
No.
4 kills, 5 helps, 0 support, and I don't know what rest is
It doesn't show deaths.
or mode. No, but I know.
I
died
like that
once.
about games.
Not to be the Asian dad, but third. What about first?
Yeah. You know, Adam, you may not have heard this before, but if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh,
Yep.
Well, I was third there, so that's a thing too. Yeah, I don't know. This game's
That's
fun.
stupid. Who
We got-
told you that?
we got
They're
Asian
second,
dad,
third,
redneck
fourth,
doctor.
hell, even fifth and sixth. I love
so
Talladega
I kind of
Nights.
feel like that's everything.
That is
is
everything. We should get out of here
everything
so
that we
that I
got.
stop dying.
It is.
I think
yes,
I'm losing brain
we're
cells.
gonna go. We're gonna get out of the cool in just a second. Don't worry. We do have a little bit of announcement though.
Yay! I love
It
announcements.
seemingly shouldn't affect too many people, but
You mean anybody?
we will not be. This is the last show that we will be streaming live audio on Spreaker. We will be putting all our efforts towards streaming live on YouTube
Yeah,
and
we
making
will.
that the best experience we can possibly make.
Sweet.
So,
No, we'll still release it on
Hopefully,
Spreaker, right?
we will still release a weekly podcast. So
Yeah.
the idea going forward is we'll stream live on YouTube every Monday, just like normal, and the podcast will release like probably Wednesday morning at 12 a.m. You know,
Okay.
so
Oh, my
by the time you wake up on Wednesday, it should be out for your listening enjoyment.
Sweet.
For the small audience that listens on Spreaker.
Which we still love you and have not forgotten about you. But
We're
you
not
don't listen
saying
live.
that you're a second-class citizen, but you are.
But definitely subscribe to us on YouTube so you get notifications when we go live. You see all the videos that we haven't released in the last week. But we will get back to that. And we've got some exciting stuff coming up in the future that I can't really say exactly what it is yet. But
Mystery.
yeah. It's gonna
Science Theater 3000.
I don't even know,
It's-
so don't feel bad.
You're right. It's going to be quite the experiment. So
Get me out this shed.
Oh, you clever
He's
dog.
kidding. We don't actually do this in the shed. That'd be weird.
all right. So I'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye. Somebody open that door.
God, I'm sweating my dick off.
Everything is attached to my